Hello everyone, welcome back to AeroHub and welcome to the series of lectures in aerospace structures. In the last lecture we discussed about a concept called multi-cell and we derived the relationship between torque and shear flow for a multi-cell, and in this lecture we will discuss a numerical problem through which we will find out the shear flow distribution of a multi-cell structure. As you can see in this question, we have a multi-cell section having two cells, that is cell 1 and cell 2. The area is given for cell 1 and cell 2 as 2580 centimeter square and 3500 centimeter square, and we are applying a torque load of 10,000 Newton centimeter in anti-clockwise direction. They are asking to find out the shear flow of this multi-cell, that is they have given for cell 1 the shear flow is Q1 and cell 2 the shear flow is Q2. We have to find out the value of Q1 and Q2, and we have a common web here. The web is AC, and for AC the shear flow will be Q1 minus Q2 or Q2 minus Q1. Here in this table they have given the wall ABC, this curved web. Wall ABC is having a length of 165 centimeter and the thickness is 1.2 millimeter. Similarly, the common web AC is having a length of 50 centimeter and the thickness is 2 millimeter. CD and ES, CD, this flange and this flange, upper flange and lower flange, is having a length of 75 centimeter and thickness 1.2 millimeter, and this web DE is having a length of 35 centimeter and the thickness 1.5 millimeter. Okay, now to solve this type of problem, first of all we have to use the Breed-Bartholdt theory. That is, we have a two cell here. For two cell the torque will be equal to 2A1 Q1 plus 2A2 Q2. The torque is given as 10,000 Newton centimeter. So I'll write 10,000 is equal to 2 times A1 Q1 plus A2 Q2. Okay, and you substitute the value of the area for cell number 1 is 2580 centimeter square, 2580 Q1 plus 3500 Q2. Okay, now I can divide this, so I will be getting 5000 is equal to 2580 Q1 plus 3500 Q2. Okay, now I can divide this equation on both right hand side and left hand side by 10. So I will be getting 258 Q1 plus 350 Q2 will be equal to 500. This will be the equation number 1. Okay, 258 Q1 plus 350 Q2 will be equal to 500. Okay, this is equation number 1. Now you have the formula theta is equal to 1 by 2 G integral Q by T into ds. We derived this equation in the previous lectures, and I will be providing the links of the previous lectures in the description box. Those who are watching this lecture for the first time or those who are coming to my channel for first time, they can see that lecture in the description box. Now you have to understand, we have cell 1 and cell 2. So we have to find out the angle of twist or twist rate theta 1 for cell 1 and theta 2 for cell 2. And we have to use the compactability condition, that is, we will assume that the angle of twist theta 1 should be equal to theta 2. Then we can find out the shear flow Q1 and Q2. Okay, you will understand while doing the problem. First of all, we have to find out the value of theta 1. And you have to understand, the value of G, that is the shear modulus, is not given in the question. So we'll assume that the value of g is constant. So I can take 2g into theta as a constant. Okay. But the areas are different. We have for cell 1, the area is 2580 centimeter square, and for cell 2, 3500 centimeter square. So we can't take the area as common. So I'll be bringing 2g into the left hand side. Okay. And we will integrate the equation. The Q1 for cell 1 and Q2 for cell 2. Therefore, I'll write 2g theta 1 is equal to, I'll be taking the area outside 1 by A1 into, first we are considering the cell ABC. Okay. So for cell ABC, the length ABC, the value of shear flow is Q1 into the value of length. See, first of all, you have to consider the cell ABC, cell number 1. So the first case is this curve of ABC. Okay, for ABC, the length is 165 centimeter and the thickness is 1.2 millimeter. So ds is nothing but the length and t is nothing but the thickness. Okay. So I can write 165 divided by 1.2 millimeter. We have to convert everything centimeter. So that will be 0.12 centimeter. This is for the portion ABC. Then we have a common web AC. This is the diagram. This is A, B, C, D, E. Okay. Now we have to consider this is Q1, this is Q2, this will be Q1, this will be Q2. Okay. So this is for ABC. Now AC, for AC, we have to consider, it's a common verb, so I will consider Q1 minus Q2 into the length of AC is 50 centimeter divided by the thickness is 2 millimeter, so that will be 0.2. Okay. Now you have to solve this equation. After solving, I will be getting 2g theta 1 is equal to 0.6297 Q1 minus 0.09689 Q2. This I will be getting after solving this equation. I will put as equation number 2. Similarly, I will go for cell number 2. This is cell number 2. 2g theta 2 is equal to, we have to consider the area A2. 1 by A2 into Q1. That will be Q2. Q2 into, we have to consider CD and EA. So that will be, the length will be almost the same. So I can write 2 into 75 is the length of CD and EA. The thickness is 1.2 millimeters, so 0.212 plus, again we have to consider Q2 for this web DE. This is for CD and EA. Q2 into, for DE. DE, the length is given as 35 and the thickness is given as 0.15. Okay, so we completed CDEA and DE. Then we have a common verb AC. For AC, it will be Q2 minus Q1 because we are considering the cell number 2. While we are considering AC for cell number 1, I have to include Q1 minus Q2. While we are considering cell number 2, I have to do Q2 minus Q1. Okay, Q2 minus Q1 into the length of AC is 50 and the thickness is 0.2 centimeter. Okay, and the area is given as 3500 centimeter square. After solving, I will be getting the answer as minus 0.0714 to Q1 plus 0.495 Q2. This is the answer for 2G theta 2, equation number 3. Okay. Now you have to assume that the compatibility condition, by compatibility condition, that is theta 1 should be equal to theta 2. If theta 1 and theta 2 are different, what happens? There will be problems in your shear flow, as well as there will be twisting of the wing. Okay, so to make a rigid body analysis of an airframe structure or a thin wall structure, we'll assume twist continuity. That is, the theta 1 should be equal to theta 2. And if you have 3 cells, theta 1, theta 2, theta 3 should be always equal. Okay, now we have to, I can write equation 1 is equal to equation 2 is equal to equation 3. That is, equation 2 will be equal to equation 3. So I can write 0.6297 Q1 minus 0.09689 Q2 is equal to minus 0.0742 Q1 plus 0.495 Q2. Okay. Now I can bring Q1 to one side and Q2 to other side. Okay. So I'll be getting Q1 into 0.6297 plus 0.7142, that is equal to Q2 into 0.495 plus 0.09689. Okay. Now I will write Q2 in terms of Q1. So Q2 is equal to 1.1842 Q1. Okay, equation number 4. Okay, so from this equation I can write Q2 in terms of Q1. Okay, this is simple mathematics. You can write Q2 in terms of Q1. Now we have equation number 1. What was equation number 1? We have equation number 1. 258 Q1 plus 350 Q2 is equal to 500. Okay. Now I will substitute equation number 4 in equation number 1. Okay. That is Q2 is equal to 1.1842 Q1. So I can write 258 Q1 plus 350 into Q2 is equal to 1.1842. 1.1842 Q1 is equal to 500. Okay. Now I will be getting the answer for Q1. So from this equation I will be getting the answer for Q1 as 0.7432 Newton per centimeter, and so Q2 will be 0.8804 Newton per centimeter, and this is the value for shear flow for the given multi-cell section. So we have the twist equation, angular twist equation. Whenever considering cell number 1, we have to consider the area 1. Whenever we are considering cell number 2, we have to consider the area of cell number 2. And you have to be careful while taking the common section. Okay, while considering cell number 1, we have to use Q1 minus Q2. While considering cell number 2 for this section AC, we have to consider Q2 minus Q1. Okay, so this is the method to find out the shear flow distribution for a multi-cell. We will do some more numericals so you can understand this thing better. Thank you for listening. Take care.